All right there, kiddos. I want to go over, this is my civil case. I'm not going to go into great detail. I've covered it and covered it. I knew what was going to happen with this from the beginning. But keep in mind, this is all public record. It's apparently redacted, according to the court system. I'm going to flip through this because it's not particularly redacted, even though it should be. So I go ahead and I go to compel trust documents and accountings, give an introduction and background about when this stupid trust was created, that I'm a beneficiary, going to breach the fiduciary duties, failure to provide notice. This is all based in fact, law, statute, code, you name it, and supported by what they call case law, which would be case text, because in the judiciary branch you can't make laws. So, like I said, I just want copies of documents that are supposed to be given to me. Not asking for, I don't ask for a dime in this. Just for the documents that were supposed to be given to me in the accountings for the last quarter century. You can feel free to pause it and read it or whatever. I'm just going to kind of blow through it. So I'll go ahead and I get this thing all notarized, and go ahead and put my indigency status in here. I'm constantly indigent. And then, I don't know, second this thing lands, the other party, the defendant, the respondent, whatever, goes ahead and files a motion to dismiss. It's not based in any fact, law, nothing. There is a fact. It's kind of a half-truth. It says trust fund does not exist. What exists is a living irrevocable trust. She said I was intentionally removed on December 1st, 2021 for reasons best known to her. So she acknowledges I was on it since, well, it was incepted in like 1998, 1999, something like that. She says I'm ignorant. I'm ignorant. The trust is actually a will that's... sure, it's a will that's claiming homestead exemptions that doesn't qualify for whatever. She talks about an injunction against stalking. I sent her a cure notice, and I got a cyber stalking injunction over that. There's no proof, no evidence. So, I mean, good for her. She talked about anonymous phone calls, always with the anonymous phone calls, so you can stop and read it. And then this is hilarious. Her evidence. She puts her phone on a photocopier and photocopies screenshots. Or she just photocopies screenshots or my actual YouTube channel from a community post, and she thumbs it down, which I think is absolutely hilarious. But then I got to respond to that, that she failed to serve me, which violated civil trial procedures, which should result in a default judgment on my behalf. But that she acknowledges I was on it, which would... I've been entitled to this stuff for 25 years. The removal, my understanding of how I shouldn't be ignorant of it. I expressed my concern about her being harassed, allegedly, with anonymous phone calls. And then nothing that she put in there was based on any fact, law, none of that. So I'm not getting deep into this. I want to make this quick. It's 48 pages. So yeah, but they never looked at this. She broke trial procedures, and that don't matter. And then I will go ahead and I file a petition to reschedule the pretrial conference, request a jury trial, correction of clerical error, because I spelled her name wrong. But the reschedule of the pretrial, they scheduled it 81 days out. Law dictates that it's got to be 50, but they don't follow the rules. They don't care about the rules. Request for a court reporter, request for designation of email address, so I don't have to run to the post office and spend money. That I can just email her and serve her properly. She won't extend the same courtesy to me. I'm going to follow the laws. How stupid of me. So I asked to reschedule because of their error. Request for a jury trial. Tell them to fix her name. They still haven't done that. Court reporter, designation, email address. Yeah, they never looked at that. Asked for a permission to compel remote hearing under the ADA. They scheduled this so far out on what they're allowed that I request a remote hearing. But we know from like the criminal trial and all prior trials, they don't care about the Americans with Disabilities Act. They don't care about the law. They don't care about the rules. So that goes ignored. What is this? Not sure what this is. Oh, it's something. They order a defendant's motion to dismiss Peyton's complaint. Oh, so she made an oral motion. Who knows what happened here? I wasn't allowed to go to the pretrial hearing. So this judge, they already had their meetings beforehand. There's no way to win. Not in this court. It's not a real court. So he says, petition is brought by me. Says I'm entitled to accountings and documents. And it says, they don't let me go to this thing. So it says, Patrick A.I. appeared at the hearing, produced evidence that the trust at issue is a revocable trust, and Tasha T. is not a beneficiary of said trust. No crap. She took me off in December of 2021, but I was. And it says she presented evidence, but it's not submitted in the record. But who knows what she submitted, if she submitted anything. It doesn't really matter. But it's not on file. It's not on record. So, and if it wasn't documented, it didn't happen. So he goes ahead and dismissed it with prejudice, absolute prejudice. So you can see there's stamps all over her motion to dismiss. It was never served on me. Stamp. Screenshots on a photocopier are good enough. Thumbs down's good enough. Ask for a demand for rehearing. Pause it and read it. You can go look at this online. They don't even, there's no stamps on there. They don't even look at it. Demand for reconsideration. Like a denied due process. Violation of civil rights procedures, denial of ADA accommodations, and that all this holds true in my criminal trials as well, because they're extremely biased, extremely prejudiced against me. It's not a court of law, it's not a court of record, it's not a constitutional court. It's none of those things. It's like a clearinghouse to screw people and protect people. Misrepresentation of beneficiary status. Change your name. No shit, Tasha Teeling's not on the trust. So address that. They don't look at it. They deny all that. They have no rehearing, no demand, no reconsideration, nothing. They just close it out. We ain't doing that. So I put a notice of appeal. My grounds for appeal, demands for relief, restate everything. Demand for rehearing. Kind of just all the same things that I've talked about before, but they ain't gonna read it. That got received by somebody, I think the Court of Appeals. Issue an order. Orders that they just basically deny everything. Denied. Anything I send in is denied. Don't matter what judge. Anything I do is denied. Even when I'm backing up, and I'm backing all this up. Facts, law, statute, code, with supporting case law. And then the opposing party, my trustee, Patrick A.I., can just send in screenshots and talk about anonymous phone calls and just all this stupid crap that has nothing. And she admits that I was on the trust. We all know that. She knows it. And I made an addendum for some reason or other. So I'm not going to get into great detail here. When I appealed it, they want you to, they won't just send stuff over. You have to go and work with the courts, and they just make everything incredibly difficult. So I went ahead and attached, they said I wasn't indigent. They wanted me to pay money. They said I didn't include the order. So I went ahead and amended it. And I sent all that in. Or defendant's motion to dismiss plaintiff's complaint. They just that was what I sent to them. That was already put in there, but you got to send it again. All their orders said everything's denied, done, ordered. Amended order. You're never going to get a rehearing. Alright, then we're 48, so... Yeah, they're not going to consider anything. Nobody's going to consider anything. But yeah, you don't stand a snowball's chance in hell in this court system, because it's not a real court. My criminal trials, we're going on 2.5 years now. 12 lawyers. People are like, oh, how do you just do so many lawyers? So it's like the white glove treatment, where they're just having like meetings and just colluding, conspiring against you. But I knew this was going to happen from the get-go. You cannot. There's no possibility of winning. There's no possibility of getting a trial. Ask for a jury trial here. I've asked for many things. Stated facts that cannot be disputed. Should have been a dead bang winner. If it were a real court, but it's not. Like I said, you can pause it, read it, whatever. If you're interested. This is how your government works. And like I said, this is my civil, not even my criminal. There's 48 pages here. Everything I write. But I take my time. I know what I'm talking about. Do my research. So I spent a lot of time on this. Doesn't matter. It's a waste of time with these people. You'll never get a trial here. The same thing happened with my house when it got stolen. They won't give you a trial, and they'll fire any lawyer that was actually fighting for me or just attempting to steal my money. But I'm going to leave it at this. Just wanted to show you how this place works, how it doesn't work. It's incredibly corrupt. It's corruption, collusion, and conspiracy. That's all. Thanks for coming.